Hello and welcome to a new episode of Cultural Magazine, where we always bring you all the news and updates of what's happening culturally here in Egypt. We do have a lot coming up in this episode, but before we get into the details of what's going on, let's get a quick overview of the news headlines. For the first time here in Egypt and in the Middle East countries, the first digital art festival kicked off for 15 days. Actually, in this festival, there are a number of activities, whether workshop, conferences, or exhibitions, like the one in which we're present here right now, and various artists are taking place, whether from Egypt or from foreign countries. So let's take a look. Right now, I'm pleased to be joined with Haitham Nawar. He is the director of the Digital Art Festival here in Egypt. Hello, Haitham.
Hi.
Haitham, I want to know more about this festival. You told me that there are different activities, whether workshops, conferences. So tell me more about this festival.
The festival actually is considered the first digital art festival in Egypt and in the Arab world and the Middle East. And they're really glad to have it here. And we organize it with several sponsors and partners, which I will mention later. The activities mainly with the exhibition, which we are now in the exhibition hall in Jazeera Art Center in Zamalek, and the exhibition is international exhibition. Some of the artists are invited as a guest artists, and we have also an open call for Egyptian artists, which is we have approximately 45 artists from all over. And then that's in two galleries, one here and the other one is in the British Council in Agoza. The second main activity, which is the conference that was hosted by the German University in Cairo, which is again an international conference from over 19 countries. And it's again the first time to have a conference with interdisciplinary fields or backgrounds. People come from different backgrounds as an artist, designers, engineers, hackers, scientists, and they are all coming for present paper with the theme of the conference. The third of the activities, which is the workshops, concerned also about digital art, which is something we miss in our art academies, whether art, applied art or fine art or art education. So we don't have digital art education in Egypt. So we bring people as an experts from the UK, the US, and Switzerland to teach with Egyptian young artists and art students in Egypt. Last, which is the kids, and we didn't forget them, but we have DG Kids, which is preparing the artists of the future, that how they can deal with digital technology in a context of art. So they have organized tours in the exhibition, explain to them what we have as a digital mediums for exhibiting artworks. At the same time, we run like two workshops from children from the suburb, which is Ard al-Loa and Shub al-Khema. We bring them to the gallery, work with them, again as a kind of prepare them for the future.
to know how did the idea come to your mind, because you know it's the first digital art festival here in Egypt, so why it was not, for example, thought about in the past years?
Actually, the idea was initiated by my friend and colleague Ilham Khattab. And Ilham, she's also the director of the festival, which she's running her initiative with Out of the Circle initiative. We did discuss, like 1 year ago, we did discuss about the idea about why don't we bring digital art to Egypt. And since actually after the revolution, the digital device or the digital technology have another really aspect with the street man, the people, using it in a different context. So we thought that might be actually the right time to bring this kind of art to Egypt and expose it in a bigger and interdisciplinary way that we can find academics, artists, like everybody can just work with this. And took us really 1 year of preparation until it's happening now.
For how, like, I want to know for how long it is going to be hosted here in Egypt.
It's actually the whole festival. It's for 15 days. Like the whole activity, starting from the workshops, ends up with kids' activities.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we have two participants in the first exhibition for digital art. They are Ghalia and Lauren. Ghalia and Lauren participated together to make this project, which is Journey to Ard al-Amal, and they're going to explain it more to us. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Lauren.
Should we introduce ourselves really quickly?
Yeah, sure.
We're two artists, designers. Actually, we have a background in graphic design, and we're based in Amsterdam.
Okay.
So we've come to Egypt to do a residency and also to participate in this exhibition. And this work is part of our ongoing research that we're doing.
Okay.
And Ralia is actually from Syria, and she's been quite active in the Syrian revolution for a few years, and we've been following together the kind of images that have been used online for during the Syrian revolution. So this piece that you see here behind is about what's happening now in Syria, but indirectly. What we do here is look at the situation through the eyes of the collective memory of people currently fighting and the sort of television characters which they looked up to as children.
Okay.
So
yeah, Ghalia, I need you to elaborate more on this project. Would you please explain to our viewers what this project is like?
Well, from our research, we find out that a lot of Syrian activists use fake identity online just to protect themselves from the regime and all the Syrian electronic army that really spy on them. And they use for those fake identity a lot of cartoons characters. And those cartoon characters, they came really from cartoons we watched in the 80s. They are most of the time manga cartoons. And we asked them, and the most cartoons was popular in that time was Adnan and Lina. I don't know if people know it here in Egypt. It's a very famous cartoon, and it's about two kids trying to go to Ard al-Amal, to the land of hope, and they are trying to protect it from all kind of enemies that they trying to get there and just got control of this island. So we watched this movie again, these cartoons again, and we discover kind of similarity of what's happening now also in the Arab region with this feeling of promise, and also like the feeling of dreaming of having this perfect country, this perfect land that we all live in, and also the struggle to get there. And so what we did is we had this cartoon movie, and we separated all scenes that describe what the land of hope is, and describe it as a kind of new utopia, actually, that have no people in it.
The land of hope is Syria, right? You're talking about Syria, indirectly.
Any kind of, like, if you look to what young people now like want is to get this this idea of what kind of country we want to live in, what kind of land we want to function in. Utopia, yeah. And then the road to get there is always like struggles, it's always a war and fighting and escaping. So all the photographs you see that in the box, they are the scenes where the journey to get to this utopic landscape or maybe not existing country.
Yeah. The shots that you see here are all the journey to, but without any people, and then from sunrise to sunset, and all the idyllic landscape. So those two images are contrasted: the ideal with the violent, with the kind of tragic things along the way.
This is the fact, and this is the dream.
Yes. In a way, yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And I want to know, how much did it take you to come up with such a wonderful project?
How much time?
Yeah.
Well, we've been working on this for quite some time. What we can also maybe look at behind is some of the collected footage from YouTube. So this was the original inspiration for it all, and these are characters like from Grandeza. I don't know if you know these.
We know them in Egypt.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Okay, so these are all found footage, found things on YouTube, and they've been redubbed like with a new message by the Syrian opposition. So these are existing characters that people identify with, that they know, and this was the original inspiration for the whole project, which we've been working on now since, I don't know, probably 6 months almost now.
Yeah, our research about revolution has been going now for almost 3 years. But this piece now for 6 months we are working on it, and we are here in Egypt also to continue working on this kind of images and meaning of those digital characters,
Especially with the events that are taking place here in the country.
Yes.
Yeah. What we've noticed is that it's quite different as well, the way that images are used in Egypt as opposed to in Syria. The way that people kind of formulate images online and spread them. So that we're also really interested in investigating that here.
The Museum of Mahmoud Mukhtar hosted an exhibition entitled Marasim Siwa. In this exhibition, a number of artists from different Egyptian governorates and from different age groups participated, and it's all about Siwa Oasis. So let's watch together.
I've been granted a residency in Siwa for 10 days with a bunch of other artists. It was my first time to